Hello, gorgeous people. Today we are going to do a detailed movie review of Some Like It Hot. Some Like It Hot is a 1959 American comedy film written by Billy Wilder and I.A.L. Diamond, based on the 1957 French movie Fan La Tulipe. It was directed by Billy Wilder and stars Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, and Marilyn Monroe. It is one of the highest-grossing films of all time when adjusted for inflation, and it is frequently ranked as one of the best comedies ever made. So let's jump into the plot. The story takes place during the Prohibition era in Chicago. Two struggling musicians, Joe and Jerry, played by Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon respectively, accidentally witness a mob hit, the infamous St. Valentine's Day Massacre. To escape the clutches of the ruthless mob boss Spats Colombo, they disguise themselves as women and sneak onto a train carrying an all-female band headed for Florida. On the train, Joe reinvents himself as the sophisticated saxophone player Josephine, and Jerry becomes the lively bass player Daphne. Their charade is complicated when Joe, as Josephine, falls for the band's beautiful but rather naive singer, Sugar Cane Kowalczyk, played by Marilyn Monroe. To gain Sugar's affection, he fabricates a new identity, a wealthy Texan named Shell Oil Jr. Meanwhile, Jerry as Daphne catches the eye of a rich man named Osgood Fielding III, played by Joey Brown, who asks her to marry him. As the musicians travel to Florida, a series of hilarious complications arise. Joe juggles his two lives, trying to maintain his romance with Sugar while keeping his mob connections at bay. Jerry grapples with Osgood's persistent marriage proposals and the growing suspicion that his bandmate, the ukulele player, knows his true identity. Just when things seem to be falling apart, Jerry's quick thinking saves the day and leads to an unexpected happy ending. So the first thing we must discuss is the plot, because it is just so creative and unique. This is not your average run-of-the-mill comedy. In fact, this is such a good comedy that it is considered one of the greatest comedies ever made. What makes it so great? Well, the plot is a big reason. At the start of the film, we meet Joe and Jerry. They are bachelors who are struggling musicians who are desperate to get ahead in life. They are cynical and opportunistic and are willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. But when they witness the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, they are forced to go on the run. This is a pivotal moment in the film, because it forces them to confront their own mortality. They are literally running for their lives, and this changes their perspective on life. They begin to see the world in a different way, and this leads them to make some very impulsive decisions. They decide to disguise themselves as women and join an all-female band bound for Florida. This is a huge risk, and it could easily backfire, but they don't have many other options. And it is this desperation that drives the plot forward. As the film progresses, we see them struggle to maintain their cover as women. They face a lot of challenges, and they make a lot of mistakes. But they are also very funny, and the audience is rooting for them the whole time. Eventually, they are successful in their mission, and they are able to escape the mob. But they are also able to find love and happiness along the way, and that is the real triumph of the film. It is not just a story about two men who disguise themselves as women. It is also a story about love, happiness, and second chances. It is a truly unique plot that is both hilarious and heartwarming. Now let's talk about the characters. Tony Curtis is brilliant as Joe, a cynical and opportunistic musician who is forced to confront his own mortality when he witnesses a mob hit. He is able to capture the essence of a man who is constantly on the verge of losing control, yet still manages to come out on top. Jack Lemmon is equally impressive as Jerry, a timid and somewhat dim-witted musician who finds liberation and self-discovery through his new identity as a woman. Marilyn Monroe gives a nuanced performance as Sugar, a beautiful but naive singer who is searching for true love. Her chemistry with Curtis is palpable, and she is able to convey the vulnerability of a woman who has been hurt in the past, yet still believes in the power of love. Joe E. Brown is also superb as Osgood, a millionaire who falls head over heels for Jerry's character, Daphne. Brown is able to make us laugh without making us cringe, and he brings a sense of sincerity to the role that is disarming. The supporting cast is also excellent, including Patricia Neal as the band leader, Tommy Noonan as Jerry's agent, and David Wayne as a private investigator hired by the mob to find the two musicians. Each actor brings their A-game, and they all contribute to the film's overall success. The direction of the film is also masterful. Billy Wilder was a genius director, and he was able to get the most out of his cast and crew. He was able to balance the film's various elements, including the slapstick comedy, the witty dialogue, and the romantic subplot. He was also able to keep the film moving at a brisk pace, and he never allowed it to become stale or predictable. The cinematography of the film is also worth praising. Charles Lang did an amazing job capturing the energy and excitement of the film. He used deep focus, sharp contrasts, and expressive lighting to enhance the comedic situations and the characters' emotional states. The black and white format adds to the film's timeless aesthetic and comedic timing. But what really sets this film apart is its writing. The screenplay is sharp, witty, and full of double entendres. It is clever and inventive, and it never goes too far. I.A.L. Diamond, and Billy Wilder were geniuses when it came to writing comedy, and they were able to push the boundaries of what was acceptable at the time, especially regarding gender roles and sexuality. The dialogue is snappy and memorable, and it has stood the test of time. The film is filled with iconic lines that are still quoted today. In conclusion, Some Like It Hot is a masterpiece of comedy filmmaking. It is a bold, daring, and hilarious film that tackles important social issues with grace and wit. It is a timeless classic that continues to entertain audiences today. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves great comedy. The performances are superb, the direction is masterful, and the writing is genius. From the opening scene to the final line, Some Like It Hot is a comedy that will make you laugh, think, and feel good. It is a true cinematic gem. I hope you enjoyed my analysis of Some Like It Hot. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.